Oh, man. I do remember my father driving around playing funny Albanian music. And very early on, it was instilled in me that we are proud Albanians. Just the smell of the house, the food, the sounds, the company, big Albanian church every Sunday morning, the meza when people came over, getting beat with a thupar on my butt when I was bad. So even though we were in America, it was all around us. My parents were very strict. I have two older sisters. They weren't allowed to do too much. So it was really a world within a world. And my friends, my American friends, would make fun of my parents' funny accents. For example, my father, he still, after all this time, doesn't know how to speak good English, So he would say, "Hey boy, I'm going in a store." He still doesn't know how to say store, he says store, And so they, my American friends would really, they'd laugh at my parents' accents, but it's, looking back, I was shy then about it, but now I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I mean, that culture, those roots, the blood, that kept us very, very tight and strong. But when you work against a big Hollywood star, there's pressure because you want to match him. So when the director called action, I remember I had to challenge him and jam him like two boxers. So when he started to talk, he messed up, so I knew I got him. And for me, it was good, I felt like, again, I can keep up with the best.
Who the fuck is Leno?
Let's roll the camera, please. We're rolling.
Get in, Jack, and put it
Set. Action.
You heard a sound. You run out here. You come into her unit. You see the door's been kicked in.
A thriller. And I was a landlord in Detroit. So I was thinking more to do something like Kosovo, something more like Abduction. I hated Abduction. Such a stupid movie for me. So I said to myself, how can I do it better? But more street, more. But in any film, in any good movie, there's a world. So I said, shit, man, I'm Albanian, from Detroit. Ne kemi, si me thani, I komuniteti fort, malsor, komunitet shqiptar in Detroit. So I said that would be cool to set it in Kaidet like the 70s and 80s, the time when my father and his friends were, all there surviving. So, I wrote many drafts. One time, two time, three time, pesher, jashter, shtather, tether. It was a mess. It was like college for me. It's like kind of school for writing. So at the end, I was resisting the Albanianism. So finally, I just said, fuck it, man. We have to go Albanian. So then everybody became Albanian. The bad guy was supposed to be a black guy. And then I said, man, I'm going to make him Serbian. And we embraced it. We embraced the culture. A lot of women, like my mother, Kurkanar Namarik, in early days, they loved Elvis Presley. So a lot of them named their sons Elvisi. So I took the name because I was just laughing about it.
Action.
There's a scene in the film, the sequence in filmet, that a lot of people love or hate. But either way, they talk about it. The guy that took my daughter in the film is a guy named Dino. He's a Yugoslavian guy. Could be from Macedonia, could be from Serbia. We don't know. He's played by Stevie Piskowski, a good friend of mine. So when we did the last sequence, very, very violent, very, very sexual, that was symbolic of, for me, as Serbians treating Kosovars as less than human during the conflict. So since I owed him money, since I was playing games with him, I felt like he had a right to treat me like a dog. But because I was Albanian, it was even more of a reason for him to treat me like a dog.
No, man, what are we doing here? Where's my girl? Fuck up the wall.
When you act, it's like tennis. In a good acting sequence, I need you so I can react from you. If you're not giving me what I need, I can't help you back. And in the film, I'm going to kill that fly. In the film, there was a lot of non-actors. So I was working very hard to get something from them so I can give it back. So it's weird. It's like you're scared of somebody in one way, but you also have to trust them in another way. So I had to just let myself go and let him abuse me. And I was scared inside, but it was good scare. It was good fear. Without that fear, I wouldn't have played well. Because you can't lie to the camera. You can't. The camera catches everything. There's no lying. So there was a couple moments where he touched me in some very private places. And as a man, you have pride, and I'm not gay. You know, I don't have nothing against gay people, but for me, I don't like it when another man touches me. But for the art, we had to take it to a high place. I felt a shocking place, because violence is like sex. Violence is like sexuality. And sexuality is like violence. You know, it's the rawest form of human emotion. You know, when we're born as seeds, that's something that comes with us, that's born with us. Survival. It's instinctual. It's very instinctual. Plus, my daughter was there. So when you put a little kid with violence and sexual tones, things get crazy.
Kid has laid a few times than that, so I'll talk you through it, okay? Scream to your daughter!
Turn around! Turn around!
I'm an Albanian.
Diçka më, se më thon, traditional for them. But, you know, when we did Cash Only, my dad was there every day on set. So he doesn't know how to show it, but I think he's proud of me. I really do. He still hasn't told me, but I think they, you know, they're cool. But Albanian parents don't know how to show their love, you know. It's very tough love, very tough love.